Okay, imagine this, you're Tom Holland, right? The guy who's basically grown up on screen as Spider-Man. You've poured years into this role, this universe, and then someone hands you a version of the movie that's been tweaked to match exactly what fans asked for. But you hate it. Not just dislike, hate. That's the wild story coming out of Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and honestly, it's a mind-blowing look at how creative control works in blockbuster filmmaking. Let me break this down. So, here's what happened. The cast saw a cut of the movie that had been altered based on feedback from test audiences. Like, real people off the street who watched the first version and said, "Hey, I wish there was more of this," or "I didn't get that part." Makes sense, right? Studios want to please the crowd. But Holland and the team watched it back and thought, crickets. He called it a disaster. It totally didn't work. And get this, it was the version fans supposedly wanted. What's going on here? Let's unpack this. First, why would fan input lead to a worse movie? Personally, I think this gets to the heart of a problem Hollywood's been wrestling with for years. Test audiences are great at spotting problems, but terrible at diagnosing why. Like, if someone says, "This scene felt slow," they might suggest adding a joke or a car chase. But maybe the real issue was emotional stakes, not pacing. Fans are asking for more action, but the movie loses its soul in the edit. That's the danger of treating audience notes like a checklist instead of a conversation. And here's the kicker, the creatives learned from this. Holland says they took the lesson that a movie can change in 1,000 ways in the edit room. But what does that mean for the final product we're watching? To me, this hints at how fragile storytelling is in a franchise like the MCU. You've got directors, writers, actors, producers, studios, and fans all tugging at the narrative. It's not just making art, it's herding cats. And when you let too many voices dominate, you risk ending up with a Frankenstein monster of a film that pleases no one. Which, honestly, feels like a metaphor for the MCU's recent struggles. Another angle. Tom Holland being invited into the writer's room. That's huge. Actors don't always get that kind of access in billion-dollar franchises. But his involvement suggests Marvel's realizing something crucial. Actors are closer to the character's heartbeat than anyone. They're the ones living in the skin of these roles, dealing with the emotional arcs. If Holland's saying, "This line feels off," or "This plot twist doesn't track," he's not just whining, he's giving insight only someone immersed in the character could provide. It's a small but radical shift toward trusting the people in the story, not just the people writing it. But wait, should we even care about a cut that never saw the light of day? Absolutely. Because it's a window into how movies are made and how close they come to being something totally different. That bad cut is out there in the multiverse, right? And who knows? Maybe one day Marvel drops it as a bonus feature, and we'll all get to watch the train wreck that almost happened. But until then, this story's a reminder, art isn't about giving people exactly what they ask for. It's about giving them something they didn't know they needed. So, what do you think? Should studios trust creatives more than crowds? Or is this just proof that nobody really knows what makes a movie work? Drop your thoughts below, because this spider's shooting webs of curiosity.